Dr. 9 TV.
Teruskan menyokong Dr. 9 TV.
Dr. 9 TV.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and welcome back to my channel. For this week lecture, we're going to discuss on tools in multimedia and web technology. So, before I go further, I want to explain a bit about this learning outcome for this week lecture. So, at the end of this lesson, you should be able to give example of multimedia and web technology tools. Number 2, to elaborate computer and its components. And number 3, explain the basis of web technology. And 4, explain the basis of internet and information in related field. So, after we understand about the computer, what are the tools that will be useful for multimedia project? Now we need to understand a bit more on web technology. So, what is a web technology? And what are the component and what are the technology that related to the web technology. So web technology basically the methods by which computer communicate with each other through the use of markup languages and multimedia packages. So this is the common technology that available now, and everyone have used it and everyone depends on it. For example, or internet application, when you use internet, so the backbone. After we understand about the computer, what are the tools that will be useful for multimedia project? Now we need to understand a bit more on web technology. So what is a web technology, and what are the component and what are the technology that related to the web technology. So web technology basically the methods by which computer communicate with each other through the use of markup languages and multimedia packages. So this is the common technology that available now, and everyone have used it and everyone depends on it. For example, or internet application, when you use internet, so the backbone or the original technology will be based on the web technology. So without this web technology, perhaps maybe the internets are not exist, because these are the core fundamental of the technology that form the internet. When we talk about this web technology, there are a few things that you need to understand. There will be markup languages. What is the markup languages? Programming language, web server and server technology, and also databases and business application. So we have to explore this, and then maybe you need to learn more on this. And when we talk about this, I will go one by one, so at least we can discuss and we be get more understanding, more clear about what are the technology that related with the web technology. We go to the first one. Markup language. What is a markup language? So basically, there are languages that will be understand by the computer, by the protocol. The display follow instruction. So whatever instruction that will be used in the web or the internet, they are using a markup language. So we have two, XML and HTML. In computer text processing, a markup language is a system for annotating the document in a way that is systematically distinguishable from the text. Meaning then the document is processed for display, and the markup language is not shown, and it's only used to the format the text. So we format the text. What is a display is different from the markup language. And normally they use tag to define element between the document. Text dia macam tu lah. Their most popular example of the markup language is a HTML and XML. And normally the HTML used to present the data, the backbone of the website, and XML used to store and transport data. They're so technical things that we need to understand. when we talk about the programming language, okay, they have several types of programming language. So programming language is a formal language comprising a set of instructions that produce various kind of output. Okay, and programming language are used in the computer programming to implement the algorithm. So the main purpose of this programming language is to implement the algorithm. Okay, the instruction that you want to create, and the what are the things that you want computer to operate or to process. So there are few types of programming language. The first one is a Python. So Python is the most highest in spectrum of ranking they're using for internet. And we have C, we have Java, C++, C#, okay, R, JavaScript, Go, Swift, and Ruby. So this is the programming language that commonly used by the developer, these computer scientists, to do a lot of things here. Okay, now we need to discuss on this what actually the web server and the server technology is all about. Okay, when everyone have using the internet, so actually the server and web server will be in the cloud. So the client will access the internet, whereby the internet is the something that connected to all other client, but they refer to the web server. Okay, so this web server contain all this data. I mean the application. Okay, the application of the web application, so that every time you access to the internet, they will access to the web server. Okay, it doesn't matter what you access from your Mac OS, you access to your PDA or smartphone, you access from laptop, or you access from a PC. Everything when you access to the internet, then it goes into the web server. And inside the web server, they will be connected to the database. So the heart of this application. Okay, actually this a web server is a software and hardware that use HTTP, which is this hypertext transfer protocol, and other protocols to respond to the client request made over the World Wide Web, okay, which is internet. And the main job of this web server is to display a website content through storing. Okay, what are the application that will be stored in the web server will be accessible by the client, and then processing and delivering the web into pages to the user. So whatever the user can see through the client and the internet, they will access to the web server. Okay, and all website has been connected to the web server. So this is the concept that you need to understand. So for example, whenever you use your smartphone, for example, or your tablet, so at the moment you search for the Google, so they access to the web server. So the page that you display on your screen actually is a web server. So when you put some input there, for example, you want to search UMK, for example. So at the moment you type and you submit your request, they will go into the web server. So they will look into what are the related file that will be match with your searching. Okay, and not only that, when you match in the searching, they go into a database, which database that reflects to your searching. Okay, I hope you understand this. Okay, and when we go into database, we need to understand also what are the structure of the database. Okay, I don't want to go more detail. This is enough you to understand. When you go to the web server will access to the database. Okay, so what is a database? So database is an organized collection of data, generally to store and access electronically from the computer system. And large organizations store all the data in the server of mainframe, and some of the process they are also stored in a supercomputer. Okay, and databases can be a client information, encrypted secure data, and any type of data in the internet, and internet was stored in the form of a database. Okay, if you can see from the diagram here, there are a lot of category. Okay, category of file, category of data, category of records. So this is the generic understanding, the diagram to shows that what the component of this database and what the characteristic that will be represent as a database. Okay, so you can see from here the data file, this file, text file, vector file, sound file, video file, all they will be installed into a database. Okay, record, pages, rules, and also in terms of to control all this. Okay, so this is basically a data that will be the heart of the system. Okay, another things that really important that we need to know about this, why this computer are very helpful and very useful for us, is about the importance of the computer for the business application. Okay, the computer also very useful for us to create or to develop the business application. So basically this business software is a software or set of computer program used by businesses user to perform various business function. Okay, these business application are used to increase the productivity and to measure productivity and to perform other application function accurately. So with this system computer, we can organize more and be more productive when we do business. Okay, some of the popular application, okay, which is the Office 365, okay, Adobe, Google Workspace, okay, mobile apps, and some other new latest application that we use for business also to communicate. Okay, we can communication for the communication purposes. For example, Google Meet, Microsoft Team, and the other things that we use for communication, because now we need to communicate virtually, collaborate virtually, and organize virtually. So this is the new things that we need to use and need to understand how the importance of this multimedia application and software application for us to help us in our daily life. Okay, especially when we do our work. Okay, so now we move into this application of web technology. Okay, when we have this technology as a backbone for us to create, okay, to develop the web technology itself, we have the application of the software technology and web technology. Okay, the first one we talk about this internet. What is a web browser, and also what is a search engine. So this is a basic thing you need to know, even though to have a basic skill for you to develop or produce the multimedia content and also a project for your project. So what is the internet? Okay, so the internet is a global system of interconnected computer networks that use the internet protocol TCP/IP to communicate between networks and devices. So you can imagine there's a global system that connected all over the world, the computer, okay, including the client and the server, okay, that form an internet. Okay, it is a network of network that consists of private, public, academic, business, and government network of local to global scope linked by the broad array of electronic, wireless, optical networking technology. And now we have other networking technology, okay, computer technology, and very fast and very huge capacity of transferring the data. And the internet carry a vast range of information, resources, and services, okay, such as interlinked hypertext document, application of the World Wide Web, electronic mail, telephony, and file sharing. So this is the basic and the concept or theory behind the internet. So if you know, the internet nowadays is thousand, millions, or trillion of the device connected, okay, and inside the device connectivity, they have the hyperlink text and file that will be form the internet. So when you search, when you go to the internet, you click the document into a document here and there, is a form of internet, okay. And so the internet is a World Wide Web, okay. This is the global system interconnected to communicate between this machine and so on. And this is the new world, okay, of the internet, okay. So next one is a web browser, okay. There's a lot of the web browser whereby we can use the application of the web browser to access to the internet file. So basically the web browser is a application that used to access website on the World Wide Web, okay. And we call it this there are a few type of script, they'll use a lot of scripting, a lot of programming behind this web browser. Okay, some website perform better in certain browser and some are not. And it is advisable to have multiple web browser in your computer, so that in some cases we cannot use the specific browser, we can use another option of the web browser. So there's each of the web browser, they have advantage and disadvantage. So it's depend on us what we want to use the web browser for what purpose. Okay. If you can see here, the popularity, the usage of the web browser. Okay, the most popular, okay, throughout the years will be the green one is Chrome, Google Chrome, and Firefox, and the second one is I cannot see here, but you can see the trend there. So that there are a few types of the web browser developer. So each of these web browser have their own advantages, okay. Some developed for specific purpose, and some will be for multiple use, okay. Okay, there are another important tools that really useful, okay, when you want to design, to understand this web technology, or this is the basic tools that really important for us when do a research or we do a project, which is this search engine, okay. So there are a lot of search engine that very useful for us to get information, okay, to do some analysis, to get some pictures, videos, and so on. There's a lot of search engines. We have Ask, Yahoo, Google, okay, Baidu, Bing, and there's a dozen of search engine. So the most popular search engine is a Google, the big giant Google, okay. So basically the search engine is a program that searches for the identified item in the databases that correspond to the keywords of the characters specified by the user, okay, used especially to find particular site on the World Wide Web, okay. So like us, when we go to the Google, we can search anything. Okay, we go to the Google and search whatever we want. Okay, we can find most of them we can find. Okay, but different context. So go to the Google and search. So the most popular search engine is a Google. Okay, if you want to see some research on the popularity of the search engine from the data on the search engine market share on Q2 2019, it shows that Google is the most popular. Okay, they own about 69% of the market share. Okay, and Google Image, okay, still a Google. Okay, YouTube also, Yahoo. Okay, but the most popular is a Google. Okay, about 94% of all search happen on Google property. You know, Google Image, you know, and so on, Google Map, and so on. And another things that you need to understand is about the importance of HTML and CSS. Okay, so HTML is a language that describing a structure of the web pages. Okay, structure. And cascading style worksheet is a language to describe the presentation of the website, including colors, layout, and font, to standardize the website that we develop. Okay. Okay, now we move into the web development framework. So when we want to develop the website, we need to follow a certain framework. And by this framework, define a specific technical specification for us to develop and to create the website. Okay, and then so there are a lot of things that you need to understand on this. And other thing also, the protocols. What are the protocols that will be very important? Okay, very important for us to understand when we want to design when we want to understand about the web technology. Okay, the protocol is an instruction for how to pass information back and forth between computer and devices are commonly known as protocol. So this is the protocol, the definition of the protocol. And the common protocol that we use is HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So each website can get to the web browser. So with this protocol, all website can be accessible by the web browser. Okay, and then another protocol that's also important is DDP, or Development Data Platform. Is create consistent connection between client and server. So website will be updated in the real time without refreshing the website. Okay, so these are two major protocol that very important. Okay, when we want to apply, develop, and we want to design the internet and so on. Okay. Okay, another thing that also important to be discussed here is about the API. So what is API? API is an application programming interface. So actually this is the set of function and procedure, okay, allowing the creation of the application that access to the features or data of an operating system, application, and other devices. So if you can see here, the API will be a mediator to integrate all these component in this computer system. So for example, when you use this API, you can use to book a flight. You know, when we integrate between a system and between the device and the system. And when we are using API also to integration between the social media. And there are a lot of application, okay, to program interface between hardware and software to operate this, for example, ordering food, shopping online, and compare prices like Trivago or Agoda. And the API function is a function. API is a function and procedure that connect the user into a database, and also the other way around. Okay. And basically, the client it is also the person, okay, the end user of the internet service. So we call it a client. Okay, your machine or your smartphone is considered as a client. So for the web application, okay, client is end user of the internet service. Okay, your smartphone, your PC, your desktop, your notebook is considered as a client. So I think that's all you need to know about this chapter or this lecture. So we will discuss more in other lecture. So thank you very much. Thank you for watching, and good luck and all the best.
Dr. 9 TV.
Teruskan menyokong Dr. 9 TV.
Dr. 9 TV.